I would like to introduce Janna now. Everyone knows Janna, I think. She is a very familiar face now in a lot of the episodes, in a lot of the events that we organize. She holds a PhD from the University of Texas in biological sciences. She is also a human rights activist and a blogger for peace, for Tibet, for the rights of people with psychosocial disabilities. She has, as I said, she often joins as a participant in a lot of all of the events that we organize, but she also presented last year about the science of reincarnation, which was one event that we organized. So thank you so much, Jana, for taking the day off work to be with us today. And over to you.
Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Victoria and Matt and everyone for being here. Thank you for inviting me. So, I'm not sure where to begin. I was invited to talk about my experience with conversations that matter, and a friend of mine from Empathy Circles and I have been offering 20 sessions. We started offering 20 sessions, combining two practices and basically two global groups of facilitators who are meeting each other's practices, which is really, really precious. So I'm going to put a couple of links in the chat here. One is this beautiful page that Larry made on his website, and Angela was very kind to make an event page for FDCW that links to it. And so I'll first share what empathy circles are and how I ran into them. So I've been volunteering with the Peace Alliance. I'll put the name here. Maybe I'll put the link here too to the Peace Alliance if you're curious to see what that is. But that's really for folks on this side of the Atlantic more. But so I've been volunteering with the Peace Alliance for the last over 2 years, and one of the women there, the field coordinator, Kathy Kidd, she wanted to introduce empathy circles to the Peace Alliance. So she asked if anyone would volunteer to become a facilitator. So I volunteered to become a facilitator before I'd ever even taken an empathy circle in October 2021. And I did the first empathy circle facilitator training. The requirements are very simple. You just do 2 empathy circles and watch 2 videos, a 25-minute video and a 9-minute video, and then you're eligible for a 6-week empathy circle training. It was 5 weeks, but now it's 6 weeks. So what is an empathy circle? I'll read to you a formal definition from the website. An empathy circle is a structured dialogue process that effectively supports meaningful and constructive dialogue. The basic process can be fairly easily learned in about 15 minutes or less. We'll try to do it in less. And it's a lifelong practice to deepen. An empathy circle increases mutual understanding and connection by ensuring that each person feels fully heard to their satisfaction. And I guess I'll read the last one. The practice is the most effective gateway practice for learning, practicing, and deepening listening and empathy skills, as well as nurturing an empathic way of being. So empathy circles are this really precious practice that a fellow named Edwin Rutch, I'll put his name here, created together with Lou Zweier. And here, Edwin Rutch is, and you can explore empathy circles and how to empathy circle, but it's an active listening practice. And Edwin considers the ideal number of participants in a breakout room in an empathy circle to be 4, but we've done them up to 9, and then we split into more breakout rooms with more facilitators as the group grows. And we take turns, so people get 4 or 5 minute turns and just reflect. So a person says 1 or 2 ideas, and then the active listener, the empathic listener, reflects what's being said. And then the speaker continues on for another 1 or 2 ideas, and the active listener reflects without judgment, without adding, without saying, wow, I really like that, or without any kind of negative judgment or interjection or questions or anything, without adding. So that's what an empathy circle practice is. Maybe too long, hopefully not too long. And so any kind of content or topic, so every empathy circle has a topic or whatever is alive for you now. So back in October 2021, when we first, Edwin started a democracy circle studying a book And I realized that books would be wonderful content for empathy circles. And so, of course, I thought of 16 guidelines. And I was thinking more of the book, and Wendy later on suggested, Wendy has become an empathy circle facilitator, and she suggested that we use conversations that matter. So the conversations that matter is just perfect for empathy circles. They're just a perfect match, the two together. And Larry and I are having so much fun doing them. And people are coming from all over. Lorna came to one of our sessions on humility. Different people show up from the Empathy Circle community and from the Marshall Rosenberg NVC community that are seeing our announcements on the calendars, and from the Peace Alliance community, and just showing up and engaging with the material. And we've had 3 sessions so far. We've done Wisdom Theme 1, How We Think, humility, and then patience. And we're looking forward to contentment this coming Sunday. And just every week after we do them, I've been sending off an email to FDCW, to Victoria and Angela and Matthew, and just sharing how much fun we're having and how touching and tender and deep the dialogues are, and how much people enjoy engaging with the material. And Larry and I beforehand, we really enjoy co-facilitating together. It's my first experience co-facilitating, and we pick out topics together. Sometimes we can't narrow down to one, so we choose 2 topics and whatever's alive for you now. Last week on humility, we chose His Holiness's quote instead of one of the conversation starters. So, anywhere on this page, we can choose as a topic. And the structure, I guess I can put the structure in the chat. The structure is on the website. But I present the guideline in about 10 minutes, and I'll read the passage, the passage on the handout, and also talk about it a little bit, share the source of the origin of the guidelines and how they came about with King Sonsun Gampo and a violent community, the Tibetan not violent community transforming into a peaceful, compassionate one, and so forth. So people find the whole thing really inspiring and very beautiful and very touching. And is that enough? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Janna. Yeah. Thanks so much for sharing. That's just wonderful. It's so inspiring to hear you speak about it.